Necrons, their tomb world. A new tower has been constructed and the Necrons are lying dormant. But the Blood Angels are going to make another attack. Nick speaking, and welcome to this video. Right, another battle report for you. Necrons versus Blood Angels, but this one is going to be a Maelstrom mission. Can't wait to get started. But before that, if you would like to keep up to date with the wonders of Warhammer 40k, then please give me a sub and hit the bell button so you don't miss an upload. Okay, so here is the Necron army for tonight. Battalion detachment, 1750 points. So let's have a closer look at this army. So heading up, we've got a HQ, a Destroyer Lord with a Warsight and a Resurrection Orb. We then have a Cryptic. We've got 19 warriors and 2 squads of 10 warriors. And then we've got 2 Ghost Arcs. And then we've got some destroyers, 6 destroyers there. And then 3 heavy destroyers. We've got 2 Tomb Spiders or Canoptic Spiders. They've got the Gloom Prism and Fabricator Claws. And then we have a Doom Scythe. That's my entire army. Now let's have a look at the mission and the Blood Angels army. Okay, so here is the Blood Angels army. Starting off with a Land Raider. In there is Tycho and some Vanguards with Storm Shields, Thunder Hammers and Lightning Claws. At the back there we've got a Dread with auto cannons. We've got 2 squads of Scouts just in there, one with sniper rifles, the others just with close combat ones. We've got 2 Predators with las cannons and auto cannons. Over here we've got some more Scouts. And that's the full deployment for the Blood Angels. I am over here, I've got a Ghost Arc, the blob of warriors with the Warlord Cryptic there, a Ghost Arc, there's 2 Tomb Spiders behind the Ghost Arcs, and that's the Doom Scythes, and all of the Destroyer bodies are over there. We've rolled off and we're playing Contact Loss. We've got 6 objectives. We've got 1 objective over there by the Destroyers, 1 over in the building here by the Warriors, there's 1 here in this little mini forest. We've got 1 on the building, we've got 1 over in this building by the Dread and the Scouts, and these Scouts here are also holding an objective. So the Blood Angels, for the first time, actually finished deploying first, so they're going to get +1 to the dice roll. So we're going to roll off and see who takes first turn. I got a 2, that means it's a draw, so it's a re-roll, because you got a 1. Yeah, you got a 1, which takes it to a 2. So roll again. Before you get +1. Okay, so I lost that, so I'm going to have a go at seizing the initiative now. So here we go, we need a 6, a 3, I'm going to use a command point. Let's have a go at this. Right, here we go, come on then. A 1, upside down, not quite. Okay, so it's going to be Blood Angels, turn 1. Okay, so turn 1 for the Blood Angels. I knew it'd be a nasty turn, which is why I re-rolled the seize the initiative. And it was quite nasty. So the captain there giving re-rolls of 1s to pretty much everyone, all shot in. The bulk of it started off onto my heavy destroyers. I used 1 command point to keep the last heavy destroyer alive on 1 wound, which forced one of the other tanks to shoot at him. I did still lose him, however, and I also lost 3 destroyers. I didn't fail any morale. Blood Angels got a card to destroy a unit of fly, so they got 1 point for that, and they got first blood, so 2 points to start with for the Blood Angels. We're now going to rock on to turn 1 for the Necrons. Okay, so Necrons turn 1. Drawed my cards. I had to kill a unit with more than 10 wounds. I had aerial denial, trying to get to the middle of the table, and also this objective over here. So I moved the Ghost Arc and disembarked the warriors onto that objective. This Ghost Arc here trundled up to the middle of the table along with the Spider and the Doom Scythe just there. I did my RPs at the beginning of the game, got 2 destroyers back up, which is pretty useful. Still have the Resurrection Orb on this guy here. So my priority was this single predator that was there, which was within 12 inches of the middle. So I automatically had 1 point because there was no one within 6 inches. If I'd got rid of that tank, it gave me D3 points. So I shot the destroyers in, and I also shot the Doom Scythe in. I did have to use a command point, but I managed to take it out. It didn't explode, and that gave me a D3 points. I rolled the dice and I got 2 points for that. I also got a point for that one over there, and also I got a point for killing a unit that had more than 10 wounds. So I got 4 points. So as we stand, Blood Angels have first blood and 1 victory point, and I've got 4 points. So it's 2-4 to the Necrons as we move in to turn 2 for the Blood Angels. Okay, so Blood Angels turn 2, drew their cards up to 6, and yeah, had no objective cards that they could actually achieve this turn. So instead they blasted me off the table, and they did a very good job. So the Doom Scythe, I think scaring the Blood Angels a little bit with the Death Ray, was prime target, and he was taken out after a couple of things shot at him. The scouts finishing him off, and then the guns that were left shot into the destroyers, and I lost all of the destroyers apart from one who failed his morale check. Yeah, so I lost the destroyers, I've lost the heavy destroyers. I am currently up on objective points though. Okay, so turn 2 for the Necrons, and at this time it was me to get some dodgy cards. So I had Blood and Guts to kill a unit in the assault. That's not going to happen. I had Master of the Warp. There's no Psychers on the table. I had Advance outside of my deployment zone. That isn't going to happen. And then I had some priority orders for the character who's just hiding at the back there. However, I did get objective 6 in the middle, so I disembarked the warriors, grabbed that objective, moved the tank up here. I shot a few shots into the Land Raider and they just pinged off of the armour, so I did no damage, but I did get a point. So that puts me on 7 points, and the Blood Angels currently have 2 points plus first blood. As we move in to the Blood Angels, turn 3. Okay, so Blood Angels turn 3. They had a card to kill a unit in the shooting phase, so all of the guns targeted my warriors just there, and it did take all of the guns, to be fair, even the last cannons had to go in there, but yeah, they finally went down, so they got a point for that. They also drew a card to hold, or at least defend, that objective over there, which they're definitely going to do because I'm not going to guess over there. So a few points coming their way. And then the Vanguard, they got out of the tank, managed to get into the assault. They killed 8 of my warriors. I killed nothing in return, and then I used my 2 command points to auto rally. And that was it. So we're going to move in now to turn 3 for the Necrons. Okay, so Necron turn 3. So I drew my cards. I have to admit, I thought I didn't have a single card that I was going to be able to achieve. The new card was to destroy a unit in the shooting phase. So what I did is I got the Ghost Ark into that little mini forest onto the objective. Tomb Spider just moved up and I got within 3 inches with the warriors. I managed to get back 3 warriors, which is quite nice. I'm back up to 5, and I just came out of close combat, just moved them back, huddled around the Ghost Ark and the Tomb Spider there, and then I rapid fired into the Marines, and I got pretty lucky. Well, all the Blood Angels got unlucky, but yeah, the saves, even with the Storm Shields, I rolled so many 1s and 2s, all 7 died, and that gave me my point. That was a bit of a shocker, I wasn't expecting that. And that was it. So we're going to move in now to Blood Angels turn 4. Okay, so turn 4 for the Blood Angels. The scouts got inside the Land Raider and it moved up here, the captain following along with that tank there, and everything, all the guns shot into the Ghost Ark, and he finally went down, didn't explode. So that's the end of the Ghost Arc. Blood Angels getting slightly better cards now, so they managed to get 2 points for scoring that objective over there for 2 turns, and they got a point for scoring that objective in the building. So it is getting pretty close now. Blood Angels have 6 points plus First Blood. I have 8 points. As we move in to the Necrons, turn 4. I disregarded a card, hold objective 5, which is over there, and then I picked up a card, hold objective 5. My cards are awful. I've got Psychological Warfare, make my opponent foul a morale, and I've got no one to shoot at. Hold objective 5, kill someone in the assault, that's not going to happen. Advance outside of my objective zone. Do something with my character and secure objective 1, which is all the way over there. So I did diddly squat. All I did was moved the Ghost Arc from there all the way over there, advanced it. I shot at the scouts, -1 ballistic skill, and I missed absolutely everything. The Tomb Spider just went into the little mini forest there, holding that objective. My Destroyer Lord is on this objective. I have this objective, and at the moment I'm on this objective, but I do not have any cards to get the points. Anyway, that's it for that turn. We're going to move in now to potentially the last turn for the Blood Angels, turn 5. Okay, so turn 5 for the Blood Angels. Disposed and picked up some cards. They've got currently hold objective 6 and also defend objective 6. So that was the priority. The scouts got out of the Land Raider and got into range. They shot into my Tomb Spider, trying not to kill it outright. Nearly did, got him down to 1 wound, and then managed to assault him to get within range of the objective. So that was a point. I didn't kill anyone in the assault, and he didn't take his last wound, so no damage in the assault. The Land Raider just moved up 12 inches just there, and then we had a few shots from here into my Ghost Arc. I am down to 10 wounds, and that was it. It's quite nail-biting stuff as Necrons move into their turn 5, potentially the last turn. Necrons are on 8 points, Blood Angels are on 7. Blood Angels have First Blood, so very close. Let's move on then. Necron, turn 5. Okay, so Necron, turn 5. I disregarded a card and I picked one up, and I picked up Scour the Skies, and there's no fly models on the table, so I was very limited what I could do. Basically the only one I had was get this objective over here and make a unit flee. So I moved the Ghost Arc up, I shot everything into the scouts, killed nothing. I assaulted them, killed nothing. I lost 1 wound in Overwatch, and I lost 1 wound in the assault. And then these warriors in the middle, I gained another 2 back, I'm up to 7. And I moved them onto the objective, making sure I had more than the scouts. In the meantime, the assault continued, and I killed 2 scouts. I obviously didn't lose my last wound on the Tomb Spider, and as they consolidated in, they weren't able to get that objective, and that was hold it for 2 turns. So I did deny that at least. Okay, so as the score stands, the Blood Angels are on 7 points plus First Blood, and I am on 8 points plus Line Breaker, so I am currently in the lead. But will the game go on? Let's have a look. So it's the Blood Angels to roll the dice. So 1 or 2 the game ends, and it's a 6. Okay, so going to move on now. Turn 6 for the Blood Angels. Okay, so turn 6 for the Blood Angels, picking up some very nice cards. So they needed to score this objective. They got the card where they had to roll a dice to see which objective it was, and it was this one here. I was scoring it, so if they scored it at the end of the game, end of the turn, they got D3, and they did do that. They assaulted my warriors with the captain and that dread, killed them all out. They're now holding it. Rolled a dice, got 2, so managed to score that one, and also got a point for killing a unit, the Blood and Guts one. So racked up quite a few points there. It's now 11 points plus First Blood and Line Breaker, which is just here, and I've got currently 8 points plus Line Breaker, so I've got a lot to do in my potential last turn. Okay, so turn 6 for the Necrons. I dispose of the card to kill a fly model, as there isn't one, and in return I got overwhelming firepower. So I moved the Ghost Ark out of the assault just here. I had potential here. If I could have shot the scouts, I could have got a point. If I could have made them fail morale, I could have got a point. And also I do have that objective to get a point as well. However, I did nothing. I killed 2 scouts in shooting, morale wasn't failed, and yeah, I didn't get any points. Over here, the Tomb Spider still holding up very well on his last wound, killed another 2 scouts, however they didn't fail morale. So let's see if the game goes on a 4+, it does. A 2, no, the game ends, so that is a Blood Angels victory. We have, just double check the points, we've got 11 points plus First Blood and Line Breaker, so 13 points for the Blood Angels, and Necrons had 8 points plus Line Breaker, so 9 points, 13, 9. Great game, really good fun, very interesting. The cards make such a big difference. I was sitting on 3 objectives here, and I only pulled 1 card, that one there, earlier in the game, so the cards making a big difference. Okay, that is it for the game. Really hope you enjoyed the battle report. Thank you for watching. Beam me up.